Okay, hello everybody. Uh, my name is Hugo, and so this is my 1 hour presentation about scary stuff, and I'm pretty sure this is a re-upload because the first video was, not perfect. I read too much. I wasn't really presentating, but this is like a remake, like a better version, hopefully. But anyway, this is like the first part of the video. Okay, so if you guys um don't like seeing disturbed images, don't watch this video. But if you're fine with it, you can just go along with it. And also, since this video is 1 hour long, you can go watch another video, because I understand that this video can get long and boring, especially with me. But anyway, without further ado, let's just get straight into the first part of the video. So the first part that I'm going to be talking about are creepypastas or urban legends or something like that, but mostly like creepypastas. But anyway, the first one is called the Goat Man. So this Goat Man is it looks like a goat and a man at the same time. You guys have heard of that man before, but have you guys ever heard of Goat Man? Right? Like there's this like little story here. It's basically like there is these guys that went into the forest, and they saw a figure that has a goat head in it, a human figure that has goat head in it, and it keeps on making noises, and it also follows them around, making the guys paranoid. But so this, yeah, the goat man, I almost forgot the name there. The goat man wields a giant axe as well, according to the internet, and the goat man really likes stalking people, just like in that little story that I told you guys about. Uh, and this goat man's goat man usually likes to kill goats instead of actual people like humans. I heard that on the internet also, so if this information are false, I'm sorry. But anyway, on to the next one. This one is like a little bit, it's called the Man in Black. So basically, the Man in Black is just like a tiny bit of information. So basically, the Man in Black, whenever you know something about UFO, something like that, the Man in Black will come to you and erase a part of memory about that UFO and give that memory to their selves. Okay, and that's it about Men in Black. Really, there's not much to talk about, or maybe there is a lot to talk about, but I didn't really get much into it because I don't really like scary things. But anyways, on to the next one. We have the Siren Head. So this Siren Head it looks like a tall human figure with bones, just like there he has like no meat, just you can see skeleton bones, and he has siren as a head, so that's why it's called Siren Head. And he also people also saw him as other heads, like telephone heads, something like that. And Basically, this Siren Head is also very fast and very strong. So whenever you try to run, you will always lose the race, and whenever you try to shoot them or blow a grenade, just throw a grenade at him, he will still be alive because he is super strong, like an anime character. But and this is like a very cool little story here of how Siren Head get his prey or get his food from. So basically, the way Siren Head captures its prey, he eats his prey onto the Siren Head. Now the siren has like teeth, and so he puts the human in there. And basically, the way he does it is he manipulates the human into thinking that Siren Head is his friend. So basically, like there is two guys, right? There's like two guys just camping in the forest, and one of them like went missing or something, and the other one wanted to try finding him, the other one. And when he tried to find his friend, he heard like his friends cry, calling for him over there, and then he went there, but it's actually Siren Head, the one who called him, because Siren Head, whenever he eats a foe, uh, he can communicate with the sirens. He usually uses like a random radio or the voices of other humans to get other humans into Siren Head, and then Siren Head can successfully capture their prey. And I think that's it for Siren Head, or maybe I missed a lot more to that. Again, I haven't much got into this creepypasta thing. I usually most like the SCPs. But anyways, let's go to the next one. We have the Slender Man. So this Slender Man is another tall figure that resembles a human, that looks like a human, but it has no facial features. So, and he is also very white and has a very gentleman look to him. But Slenderman, this guy, he kills people by stalking them around, and yeah. So I heard his powers, that he has a lot of super powers. He has this one power that's called video distortion. Just like in the Slenderman games, whenever a camera looks at him, he usually whenever the camera looks at him, the camera will be distorted and will be corrupted when looked at him too much. It's like in the Slenderman games. And Slenderman has teleportation, so whenever you're not looking at him, the Slenderman can teleport anywhere he wants. But if you look at him too much, he will kill you because he doesn't like being looked at or something. But this Slenderman also has tentacles growing on its back, and basically he uses that tentacle to stab their victims to death or something like that. And again, there's probably a lot more information about Slenderman, but I didn't get much into it. And so we're going to the next part of the video. And okay, so it's time to go to the second part of the video, and that is about telling scary stories. Okay, so before we get into like the stories, let's change this background into a campfire so that it's like I'm actually reading you guys a scary story, but I'm not actually reading. I'm just going to freestyle all of the stories because I'm not allowed to read in this 1 hour presentation. Okay, let me change the background real quick. And okay, so I have this. I'm gonna make this one cool story. Okay, so the first story, it's called it's about a scary, what's it called again, a scary shadow. Yes, that's what the title is called. This one was made by me, but some of it I kinda stole it from a website. So basically, this story, once upon a time, yeah, I was going to my house, right? Going back to my house, and this is for context, a little bit of context right here. My brother only goes to work at night shift, so he's not there for the night at my house. And so one night I was wanting to go to the party at my friend's house, but then so my friends came to pick me up, and they knocked on the door, right? So they said that I should come out and we have to go to the party soon. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I got dressed. I wear my best outfits, my cool looking outfits ones, and I went to the front door to go to the party, but then I realized something was missing. Yeah, apparently I left something at the basement. I think it was like food or something. And so I went to the basement immediately to grab something that I forgot. And I went in there, right? I went in there, and then I saw this shadow figure, and I was like, WTF, what is this? And then it just suddenly disappeared like magic. And I just grabbed the thing that I need and go back up immediately. I still hear the sound of footsteps behind me, but then I did not look at all. I went outside of my basement and I turned off the lights at my house because there was nobody going to be there. And I'm probably also going to have a sleepover party. And yeah, I turned off the lights and then went back out. But when I go back out, there, the there was like something trying to grab me, something trying to touch me behind me, and it was really disturbing. But I did not look back, and so I just went out there to see my friends, and then when I got into the car, and when I got into their car, right, uh, one of my friends asked me, "Hey, where's your brother?" And then I told him he works a night shift today, and then he asked again, "Then who was that man who was walking outside behind you?" And there was actually no one, but I don't know, it's very, very scary, and yeah, all of that wasn't actual real story. Those were fake stories, by the way, trying to scare you. And also, sorry if I'm very tired, something like that, because it's really nighttime, and I'm trying to get this project done. But anyway, we go into the next, what's that, the next story. Yes. So the second story I have in my mind is about an old lady. I actually have like two stories about an old lady, but the second story is uh, once upon a night that there was wait a little, let me give you a little bit of context here a little bit. So this main character that I'm talking about is a woman, and she has a newborn baby, maybe still like a month old or something. But yeah, this lady has a newborn baby, and then there was a doorbell at the front door, and so the lady went to pick no to open the door to see who it was. And then when she opened it, she saw an old lady, and the old lady wanted to go into the lady's house because the old lady said that her husband beat her up. And then the lady thinks about this for a moment, because she has a newborn baby, and then she made the decision to say, "No, you cannot come here. I have a newborn baby, but let me call you the police." And so when the lady wanted to call the police, the old lady stopped the lady and said, "No, no, no, you shouldn't call the police. Just please let me in." And again the old lady said no, and she just went and grabbed the phone and called 911 or any kind of police, really. Uh, the police came in a few minutes later. Wait, no, before that, after the call ended, the lady wanted to go back to the front door where the old lady was, but she was gone. And so the police came back, and the lady reported to the police. But then the police said that this thing happened before this, in a couple of blocks away. So yeah, That's it. That's the whole story. And then I have another old lady story. So this one is a very short one. So yeah, uh, one night the I had a new phone. Yes, this is all fake stories, by the way. I had a new phone, uh, and I when I wasn't using it all the time, I have my son with me, and he always likes to take it, and then I just let him take it, and so this kid of mine, my children, actually he's like 10 years old, or maybe like 13, but anyways he grabbed my phone because he wanted to borrow it for a while, and I was like, okay. I was also very tired at the couch, and then I took a nap at the couch, and when I woke up I suddenly somehow begin to panic when I couldn't find my phone. And then I remembered that my kid had my phone, and so I went into his room, right where he usually sleeps, his bedroom. When I opened his bedroom, there he wasn't there. Then I went into my room. I saw him just sleeping and had my phone on his arm, on his like fingers. He was still holding it, and he was also still asleep. And then I grabbed the phone and deleted all the pictures that he's taken. He changed the background wallpaper and took a couple of pictures, just not that much. I deleted all the pictures, but there is this one picture that isn't that I haven't deleted yet, and it was an old lady at the top, and you can see like her face, and then you can see my kid in behind her, and it's very scary. Okay, I'm a little bit freaked out right now. For some reason, after telling all these scary stories. But anyway, get to the next story. This one is another fake story. All of these are fake stories. And this story is about what's about that board game. I forgot what it's called, but it's like those board games, you put fingers in it and then it will move around. I forgot what it's called, but we're just gonna call it the board game for now. So this board game, me one day there is this board game that I'd like to play with my friends, and me and my friends usually try to joke around with each other by moving the pieces by each other, but this time it was different. So we were having a little party, and then one of the girls in the back wanted to try to play the board game because she thought it was fun, but then something interesting really happened. So when we played around a little bit, it actually moved by itself. And then one of the girls thought she was crazy, and then she wanted proof. Sorry, got a little scratch here, a little sweat. Okay, let's continue. There is this one girl that said that she wanted proof that it was an actual spirit talking to her, talking to them. So she asked if the board game could show something that if the spirit's there, and then the board games says KNOCK, knock, and then a couple of seconds later the door knocked and there was nobody there. And then the spirit also said that he was buried in the house for years, hundreds of years ago, in an unnamed grave, and nobody touched that board ever again. And that's it for that story. And so there is this one other story that I kind of forgotten, but it's kind of another shadowy figure story that kind of short and whatnot, but here it goes. So the story goes like, it once upon a night, me and my wife was having a little fight together in nowhere, and then she went out to grab a coffee, and then I was of course alone at the house, and then I went out to go to the bathroom, and when I was about to go to the bathroom, I saw some shadowy figure just zips behind me, just walk behind me really fast. Then after that, I went to the bathroom, actually took a pee, and when I went out, I saw this black figure again. It seemed to just standing there idle, not doing anything. And so I looked at it, and then after that he looked back at me, and I was very scared about that. Then after that, the shadow looked back at me, and after a few seconds later, the shadow figure charged at me, and basically just charged at me, and I freaked out and ran outside and waited for my wife to get back, and then I guess that's it. I really forgot about the story, but it goes something like that. And then I have one other story, and it's about robbery or something. So the one night, my father woke me up one night in the 2 a.m. or something. He woke me up and told me to hide in the bathroom, and I was like very sleepy something, and I went up and go to the bathroom, and I literally just slept on the floor, and then woke up one day, and my parents were acting very strange. They acted like nothing really happened, even though it was like something happened. Like, why was I going to the bathroom? Why was I hiding in the bathroom? And then I was a little freaked out by this, and didn't even ask any questions. After a couple years later, after college, I after college, I asked my mom if she knew what happened back then, and she said there was their house was our house was vandalized along with some couple other neighbors out in the blocks, and the one of the vandalizers was in the garage, and the garage is very close to my room, and so it was very scary back then. Good thing I was a fast wake up. I had really fast wake up skills. Okay, so I think it has been like 30 minutes or something like that. Anyways, I'm gonna give you guys a little 5 minutes break. I'll see you later. Okay. Okay, so welcome to the third part of the video. This part I'm gonna be talking about scary facts that are true about this world. So I'm just gonna say this right now. I've already read all of the facts, and some of them is not scary, but most of them are. So yes. But anyway, let's get straight into it. The first facts that we have today is about this chicken called Mike, and uh, Mike is a headless chicken. If you didn't know, this chicken is headless. Basically, the guy who tried to the cut Mike heads off, cut Mike's head off. Um, Apparently, like he missed or something, and then somehow the brain is still intact, and the chicken is still alive for 18 months. 18 months is already like a really long time, so yeah. I don't know how this chicken got still alive even without its head off. I'm looking at the picture right now, and it looks like it just has a tiny head or something. But anyways, on to the next one. We have Fulmar chicks. So basically, this Fulmar chicks is uh, he has a very cool defense mechanism. Basically, this chicken will spit out orange substance that very sticky and gooey. I don't know how you say it, but it's 100% sticky. So basically, when someone like an eagle, right? An eagle tried to catch the Fulmar chicks. Usually, the way eagle kills his prey is by lifting him up in the air and then throwing it back down. But Fulmar chicks can defend himself just by spitting orange vomit at it. And then the eagle will get that orange sticky substance on its wings, and then of course the eagle will try to wash it off by the ocean, but sometimes the eagle drowns by doing so. And then the next one, we have the lanugo, or you could say like hairy babies. So basically, I don't know if this is scary or not, but when we're still babies, we're still in our mother's womb. Uh, we grew mustaches, uh, and it's very long, and but this mustache covers our entire body, right? Covers our entire body, and the hair will finally come out of our body, and we the baby has to eat the hair. um, that's it. And for the next one, we have meat treated with carbon monoxide just to make it look fresh. So you know how, like, in the supermarket, the meat always looks fresh even though it's been there since the beginning of time, you know. Well, actually, people use these fakes uh, to make it look fresh. So the meat is actually like 20 years old, but with carbon monoxide it can look like it just died yesterday. And there is also a same thing to fruits as well. I don't know what it's called. I think it's something different than carbon monoxide, but yeah, I still do not know. But anyways, the next one we have 2 million tons of human waste. So if you don't know how dirty we humans are, we there is around 2 million tons of human waste that discharge into the water resources every day, like the ocean or something. So if you ever have like trash in your hands, like you just drink Coca-Cola or something, and you still have like the bottle in your hand, please try to throw the bottle into the trash bag. Oh wait, no, the trash can, trash bag as well, but the trash can, and try not to throw it in the ocean. Try not to throw it in any kind of holes that will surely not be taken up by anyone. It will make flood, and it will make, or it could make the water resources very hard to get. And the next one we have 27,000 trees per day to make toilet paper. So toilet paper is not as cheap as you think. The way you make toilet paper is by using trees, and it takes a lot to make toilet paper. 27,000 trees, right? So that's why people has been growing back the trees every day, you know. And if you please, I don't know what to say about this one, so we're just gonna skip this. Okay, and the next one is called 2 full swimming pools of speed over lifespan. This little fact here. Basically, our speed can fill 2 swimming pools all the way from baby to adult, something like that. And that's it. The next one is called 18,600,000 vacant homes in the US. So if you don't know what a vacant home is, a vacant home is basically a home that does not have an owner, that nobody lives in, basically. And like Why can't homeless people just go to these vacant homes? I do not know as well. The next one is called the belly button bacteria, and this basically a bacteria for the belly button, but I don't know if it's dangerous or not, but there is. And the next one we have the tree lobster. Tree lobsters are thought to be extinct after a rat invaded their kingdom, their homes, and basically they all died. But then uh, there were some that were still alive, apparently, surprisingly, and this is the tree lobster. And the next one we have the cell phone bacteria. So there is a lot of bacteria in cell phones, more than in public toilets. So make sure you wash your phone with soap and sponges with water as well. It will make your phone clean, 100% no bacteria. Okay, pro tip. And the next one we have the Chichijima plane crash. I think I said that right. Basically, there was a plane that crashed on a Japanese island, Chichijima. There was 9 men on board. 8 of them were captured and eaten, and then there was one who was rescued by George H.W. Bush. And the next one we have beef versus plant eaters. So if you guys did not know that beef eaters use 160 times more land resources than plant-based eaters do. Facts. And the next one we have caterpillars. Caterpillars are cute, but some of the caterpillars are dangerous and you should be aware of it. So if you see some caterpillars that are colorful and cute, make sure you know who you're dealing with, know what that type of caterpillar it is. There is some caterpillars that are safe, I think, and there are some that uh, just slithers you with toxins and pretty much dangerous stuff. And then the next one we have the crow's intelligence. Crows has a brain, and it can use to memorize people and other things. So basically, like if you feed a crow, the crow will memorize your face, and whenever he sees you, he will expect a food. Basically, so I get this little story here that I heard from the internet. So there's this one lady that frequently feed the crows, but then later on, and the next couple of days, there was a guy that dressed up as the old lady, and basically the person who disguised as the old lady brought a crow with him, and the crow was already kind of dead, and then the person who was disguising as the old lady stabbed the crow and then puts it down and then run away, and then the other crows came to the dead crow, and then the next day the old lady, when she wanted the real old lady, when she wanted to feed the crows next time, the crows instead tried to just decline the offerings from the old lady. Instead, they just fly away somewhere else. And that's it for the little story there. The next one, we have eyelash mites. So our eyelashes has mites. Basically, that's it. That's the fact. The next one is called the Hinterkaifeck murders. Hopefully, I said that right. Basically, there's this murder in the farm Hinterkaifeck in 1922, pretty sure, and the murderer was not found. It was still unknown to this day. The next one, we have horned lizards. Horned lizards are also known as horny toads, and basically he has also a very weird defense mechanism like the former chickens, but these horned lizards will squirt blood up to 5 foot from their eyes to warn off predators, I guess. And then the next one, we have the locked-in syndrome. So basically, this locked-in syndrome is like sleep paralysis. If you didn't know, there's this thing where you basically this is where you actually sleep but not asleep at the same time. You can only move your eyes around, but you cannot move any of your limbs unless you are moved by someone else. And there's also 100% chance, or maybe 100% chances, that you can see your sleep paralysis demon. And then the next one, we have paku fish. So this is looks like a fish but with human teeth. Facts. The next one, we have the rat king. So basically, this is what happened when a group of rats, I don't know, came together. As you can see from the picture here, it looks like the tail is like locked in together. That's what it's called, a rat king. And this picture also looks like all the rats are dead, but they're usually alive. I'm pretty sure. I saw it in the videos. The next one is called scavism. So scavism was an ancient torture device thing. So basically, there's like these hands, the gauntlet or something. Inside of the gauntlet is there are ants in there, and this torture is basically getting bitten by ants for I don't know how long. And that's basically scavism. You just stick your hand in a gauntlet and then let the ants bite you. That's some kind of ancient torture or something. And the next one is called Aokigahara Forest, or the Suicide Forest. So basically, the Suicide Forest is a forest in Japan of where people like to go, or where people go to take their own life. And 300 people attempted this, and 54 were successful. And yeah, that's very scary. And then the next one, we have the Vespa mandarinia japonica. Basically, these are Japanese giant hornets, and these hornets has stingers that really stings. this thing just really stings. It's really powerful, and it has a venom that can melt human flesh. So if you ever seen a Vespa Mandarinia japonica, try to run away from it and let the exterminators, I think that's what it's called, the exterminators kill the bees, or maybe some kind of beekeepers. But anyways, that's it for the scary facts about this world, and now we move on to the next part of the video. Okay, so we're finally at the final like 10 minutes of the video, final 9 minutes of the video. So if you're still watching, thank you. And so this final part is like it's really fun, you could say, because this final part I'm going to be talking about is scary games. So some of these games also is a bit outdated, maybe around 2015 to 2014, but it's still scary nevertheless. Okay, alright. So let's just get straight into it. The first scary game we have is Five Nights at Freddy's. So this is one of my favorite games to play when I was still a kid, like 2015. Yeah, I was still a kid. I used to watch a lot of YouTubers play this. I don't really play the actual game, not because I need to pay for it, but I actually need to be brave for it. Like I'm really scared of these animatronics, you know. So basically, this game is you're a night guard, and you must look at the cameras, and there are animatronics trying to get you, and you must not let them get you by closing doors and checking the cameras. And we also the night guard also has a limited power, so you cannot just close the door and be safe forever. But there is a battery life in that office, so when it runs out, you will instantly die. And Five Nights at Freddy's also has like sequels and other Five Nights at Freddy's fan game. Like there is the Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Five Nights at Freddy's 3, until 6, I think. I don't know. But my most favorite Five Nights at Freddy's game was the Five Nights at Freddy's 2, because there might be a lot of animatronics in there, but I feel like it's much more easier. But we're not going to keep talking about Five Nights at Freddy's, but let's just get straight into the next one. Yes. Okay, so the next one is called Fallout 3. So basically, Fallout 3 is like an adventure scavenging game. Basically, you need to keep finding resources in out of nowhere, you know. But exploring is kind of dangerous, because in Fallout 3 there is monsters that are trying to get you, and yeah, very scary. So again, and I don't know much about Fallout 3 because I never played it myself. So let's get straight onto the next one. Here we have Darkwood. And so Darkwood is a survival scary game, maybe, because in this game you have to go out into the woods into the night. The woods are in nighttime, so it's hard to see. I think I never really played the game before, uh, and you have to find supplies and tools in the woods. So that's what makes this game scary. There's also monsters in the woods, and I think that's it. I don't know much of these video games. Maybe I should have picked the ones that I've played, but no. But anyways, the next game we have here is Subnautica. So Subnautica is another survival scary game, but it can also be survival, not a survival game just by setting it up into like creative something. But yeah, apparently Subnautica is a scary game because there is a lot of scary stuff in Subnautica. If you guys didn't know Subnautica, I forgot to tell you. Basically, you land on a planet. I forgot what it's called, but you land on a planet, and in there you have to survive in the water. You have to catch fishes to get food. There's also a fish that lets you gain water that makes you drinks, and also there is certain types of like what do you call it, a submarine or something like that. Basically you have to keep exploring, to keep finding new stuff, to keep finding new tools, and you can also build bases around the world. And there's also a lot of big creatures in Subnautica. I actually really love it, but I'm afraid that I can't really play it because I don't have enough money to buy it. But I've seen people like Jacksepticeye play the game before, and it was really, really awesome. Yeah, you guys should definitely play Subnautica. It's a very good game. Yes, 10 out of 10. But also, um, what else is there to say? Let's just get to the next one. The next one here we have Condemned Criminal Origins. Sorry, a little bit scratchy today. Basically, this game is, I don't know actually. Condemned Criminal Origins, check that out. It's a scary game, okay? And the next one we have Until Dawn. So basically, this game is it's like a story game. You can choose your choices, whether the character will live or die, like where. So basically, it's like a movie in a game, but you can pick the choices yourself. And there is a lot more games that are also like Until Dawn, such as Until Dawn 2. I don't know. Let's get to the next one. It's getting really cringe in here. The next one is called the Resident Evil. So Resident Evil is some kind of adventuring game where there are zombies and you have to shoot them, and basically you have to keep exploring. I think I've played the game before. I think it was Resident Evil 4, but I forgot the whole playthrough of me playing it. But I remember playing it. I was like, there's just zombies and you just have to shoot them. That's all I know about Resident Evil. And you have to keep going to go somewhere, or maybe to find an antidote or something. I still don't know the whole plot to it, even after these years. But anyways, it's been 10 minutes and no wait, it's been an hour, and so I think we should call this a day. And before I end this 1 hour video, I just want to tell you guys a secret that this microphone doesn't actually work. It's just a prop, but that's all the secrets that you're gonna get. Okay, so thank you all so much for watching, if you're even still there. I hope you're all going to have a great day next time, and I'll see you guys again some other time. Okay, goodbye.